Yeah. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. What's up, people? Hello. How you doing? My people, my people, my people. Who's here? Who's in the house? Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How we doing? How we doing? We okay with sound? Hello, people. My name is Tim Black. Welcome back to the Tim Black Show. I'm your host, and I'm glad you can make it, people. I'm glad you can make it. Yeah, man. We do what we do. Man, we okay? Sure be looking wrinkled up, man. You know? So I gotta try to, get it together. Mrs. Black is watching. So what's up, people? Look, first things first, let me shout out my people on YouTube. Tim Black's Wolfpack, how y'all doing? Tim Black's Wolfpack. Jesus Christ, that's crazy. I can't do this all show. Damn. That's gotta come down. That's too much. Come down, my selector. Jesus Christ. Can we back up off that a little bit? Jesus. That's right. Okay. All right. That's crazy. My bad. That was crazy. That was too much. Like I was staring out into the sun. Brother can't stare off into the sun for 2 hours. I'm sorry. So look, man, thank you, Black Mamba and Buck Bewley, for moderating the chat room on YouTube. Thank you for doing what you do, man. You guys are great. You already know that. Okay, here we go, guys. Now, I got a question I want to ask you guys. I got long intros, right? Long intros. I do a long intro before the show. I play music for about 25, 30 minutes, right? This was a Buck and I talked about doing this because it gives people a chance to get to the show. And other people are also going live at the same time. So it kind of gives them a chance to, I don't like stepping on people, certain people. I don't want to, we ain't got to compete. We ain't got to go at the same time. I try to stagger a little bit, a lot of reasons. But the main reason is we try to give people a chance to get to the show. People know when they hear the music first come on, the show ain't starting yet. It comes on later. This is mainly for my people in the chat. This is for my people that come here and enjoy themselves watching the show with other people. Now, rarely do people that watch the show live have a problem. They already know the live music is for new people to find the show. YouTube don't promote my live show unless I'm live. So the longer I'm live, the more new people get to come find the show. After the live show is over, they really don't promote a live show. It's over. So here's the thing. Those people usually don't have a problem. It's the people that come later, who watch the show later on replay, who don't like to fast forward. Let's do this. Remember, it doesn't matter for me. I'll wait. I'll do all the prep I need to do, and then I'll play the music one time, and then I'll play my intro with my family, and we can go, which will be about 6 minutes. But that means I won't play the music all night, but I'm not going to start earlier. It just won't be any music. Let me know if you want me to do a short intro or a long intro. Short intro is 1. No. Okay. Yeah. Short intro is 1. Long intro is 2. So that makes sense. Short intro 1, long intro 2. Let me know what you think. At the end of the night, we're going to look at the likes. We're going to look at the numbers. We'll look at the numbers and we'll make a determination of where we go from here. In the meantime, there was some person that used to be a member of my show who got mad, who went publicly. This means they don't, they went publicly. Why you got a long intro? Why you do this? Explain to me. I was like, well, I guess we won't be doing this. I guess I was like, well, hey, I'm not going to explain it live publicly to you. I understand if you got to leave. I get it. So they left. So what I need, guys, if you could DM me about certain things, you should DM me. That's out of respect. If you're a member of the show, you can always DM me. We can talk privately. It doesn't have to be for the entire world to see. But this is what I'm going to ask tonight. If you are somebody who's been thinking about joining the Tim Black Wolfpack, do it tonight. If you're somebody who's been, I don't know if I should do it, I don't know. Sometimes I think about it, I haven't done it. Make tonight be the night. Make up for this person who I think felt it was like taking a dig at me. Well, I'm going to unsubscribe then because I don't like you not explaining why you have a long intro to me in writing in front of the world. Do me a favor, once again, if you like this show, if you've been thinking about joining it because you've been here a few times, I understand if you just came and you don't know, but if you've been coming here, don't be a person that's been watching my show for 10 years and brag about it. You're not even a member of the show. If you've been watching my show for 10 years, you get value out of it. You would think I wouldn't have to ask you to become a member if you've been watching for 10 years. But maybe I never asked that person. So do it today. Go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live. Most browsers, you should be able to just type jointimblack.com and it'll come up. You could also join on YouTube. But Patreon is where I'm able to see the subscriptions much easier. It's kind of hard to tell on YouTube. That's it. That's all. No more business talk. Oh, other than tonight, the show is brought to you by the Tim Black Mug. Go to timblackmug.com. This mug is dishwasher safe. Damn. Dishwasher, microwave, and Democrat tier safe, Republican tiers safe, and this is just for the people. Politics for the people. That's what that is. All right, guys, we're doing well. We're doing okay. This is all right. We're going to have a good show tonight. In fact, we're going to have an exceptional show tonight because like every other night that we do this show, we're going to come out here, we're going to kick some major butt. We don't play around. We don't sit on the fence. We don't waffle. We say what we mean and we mean what we say, and we say it with our chest. We're from here. We're Black American. We're from here. We claim it. If you are a person sitting on the fence on this, you're going to have a hard time. It's a wooden fence, and you're going to get splinters. Wow. And you don't want that. You don't want splinters. At least not there. All right, so what's up, man? Who's in the house? God. Who's in the house, Johnson? Let's see what we got. Felonious Musk. God damn it. God, now I'm on a season spring. That's crazy. If it ain't coughing, it's sneezing. Robert Dalton, Nadra McCall, Sylvia Walker, Andre. What's up, Dre? Dre! Dre said Germany in the building. H. Stacks. Crystal France. Rose, Cat Negrita. Rude Boy. Good Looks Gaming. King Mike's. Undisputed Truth. Elizabeth Looney. Renee Hust. RG. Diamond G. Sandra Breadlove. Motto, D. Harris. You know what I'm saying? True Lion. Tobias. Waggy. I didn't know it was a problem either, Waggy. I don't know, man. Not everybody's so cool. Revelator's in the house. Thank you, Revelator. You know, man, I don't know, man. Shot Carter. What? What? Hey, that's crazy. Shot, man. What's up, bro? Yo, man. Now, look, there are people that don't come around a lot. They find me every 3 years. You know what I'm saying? There are people that find me like every 3 years, they pop up. What to Black Man Bam? They click on something, they bump into me up this joint. That's why, like, Shot Caller is one of those people. Yeah, we've been popping up since 2014. That's crazy, Johnson. I tell you, man. It's okay, man. It's all good. Matt Moto Green. Moto Green said, drink water, fam. I got water. I got water and tea. Do the water, huh? Do the water, Tim Black. Do the water. Yeah, man. See, you know, that's one of the things I can say about my show that I love. I think that makes us different is I'm really relaxed with you guys. You know, this is a conversation. That's all this is. We just talking. We chop it up. We have dialogue. I know I'm the only one talking, but I hope when I'm talking, you feel like I'm just a guy, a friend, just telling you what's happening. You know what I'm saying? That's how I want it to be. I strive to get better and better at this, and that's crazy. That's what's crazy is that you could be doing something for as long as this, that I've been doing this, and you still feel like you got so much more you could do. There's so much better you could get. I'll be in my final form when I could just talk, do my show, and it's like we just sitting down having a cup of coffee. We just sitting back, drinking a beer, kicking it. You know what I'm saying? That, to me, will be the ultimate show host. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. We're getting there. All right, guys. On the docket today, on today's docket, we got Trump's Black History event. Joe Rogan bumped in the migrant blueberry scandal. I know you're like, what the hell is he talking about? Yo, it's going to make sense, fam. It's going to make sense. So let's get it cracking, man. Let's start with Trump's. Yeah, we'll start with Trump. Let's start with Trump's Black History event. Wow, Trump had a Black History event. Right? Isn't that something? I didn't think that was allowed. Everyone told me, the Democrats told me that Trump canceled Black History. Yeah. If Trump canceled Black History, why do you have a Black History like event at the White House? Sounds like someone's not being totally honest. Either Trump's not being honest and forgot like Joe Biden, or maybe the Democratic Party has been putting out a certain version of, you know, just say it just seems a little suspect.
And we got the highest vote, and one of the big reasons I'm president today is because of the black vote, and I just, and I always appreciate it. So this is a very special time. It's Black History Month. We love you all. We're going to work with you. We're going to make America greater than ever before. We're going to do it together, and I want to thank you all for being here. It's an incredible honor. The last administration tried to reduce all of American history to a single year, 1619, but under our administration, we honor the indispensable role Black Americans have always played in the immortal cause of another date, 1776. We like 1776. In the very first skirmish of the Revolutionary War at Lexington Green, an enslaved black man named Prince Estabrook, you know Prince Estabrook? Yeah. Answered history's call and fought as the Minutemen alongside the other patriots of the very small Massachusetts town. Couldn't protect itself, but they did a good job. Prince was wounded in the early morning battle, becoming not only the first African-American soldier to fight in the Revolution, but among the very first Americans to spill their blood. One of the first in the nation to spill blood in that very, very tough time. Soon Estabrook joined the Continental Army and ultimately won his own freedom along with that of his fellow Americans. His legacy will endure, and we're very proud to honor him today. It's a very important day in our country, and we honor him. First person to spill blood happened to be Tim Estabrook. Today, I'm pleased to announce that we will be including the statue of Prince Estabrook in our new National Garden of American Heroes. We're going to be doing a garden of American heroes. And now that I think of it, I must tell you, sadly, most of them, I guess all of them are not with us any longer. I was going to put Tiger in the garden, but maybe you don't want to be there. I maybe should wait a little bit, huh? Like about 50, I think I'm going to wait about 50 years, all right? But Tiger's going to make it, okay? But I'm a little afraid to tell him yes, because he'd be the only one that's living. I don't know, Tiger. Tiger's rejecting that offer, right? Under the executive order I signed last month, this new beautiful outdoor statue park, it's going to be a statue park. It's going to be unbelievable.
Hold on, man, this is kind of crazy. I'm like having oh no, man, this feels a little weird here. This feels a little weird. What's going on here, Johnson? What's happening? Trump did this. You sounded a little bit like Biden at the beginning when he said, I'm going to thank the blacks. But it felt a little different. But, that's just feelings. You know what really makes us feel better? You know what's going to really make a difference is the policy. That's where it's going to cut the road. That's where the rubber meets the road, baby. It's with the policy. It ain't with the words. Words are nice, and I'm seeing a lot of people getting hypnotized by the words. Let's look at what's on deck. But okay, keep going.
We're picking the final sites now. It's between various states that want it very badly. Under the executive order I signed last month, this new beautiful outdoor statue park. It's going to be a statue park. It's going to be unbelievable. We're picking the final sites now. It's between various states that want it very badly. We'll honor hundreds of our greatest Americans to ever live, including countless Black Americans, icons. The garden will predominantly feature incredible women like Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, Billie Holiday, Aretha Franklin, and Coretta Scott King. What? And I will showcase it will be something very extraordinary. It's going to be we're going to produce some of the most beautiful works of art in the form of a statue from men like Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, Jackie Robinson, what a great athlete that was, Martin Luther King Jr., Muhammad Ali, he's not a bad athlete. What do you think, Muhammad? Not too bad. And the late Kobe Bryant. People love Kobe Bryant. And we're going to save Tiger Woods for another time. That's all that I can. I'm sorry. During Black History Month, we pay tribute to these heroes and to so many others, but not simply because they're Black heroes, but also because they are truly American heroes who inspire all of us, very much so. Great athlete that was, Martin Luther King Jr., Muhammad Ali, he's not a bad athlete. What do you think, Muhammad? Not too bad. And the late Kobe Bryant. People love Kobe Bryant. And we're going to save Tiger Woods for another time. That's all.
Okay. Give it up for that. Give it up for that. Okay. I don't know, Johnson. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. All right, let's take it back. Let's go here. Let's go. Let's have a conversation. First of all, calm down, black people. Calm down. I know it feels interestingly different because they have, how can I say this? I know that there has been such a stigma put on Donald Trump that he was such a racist when he does things or says things that are basically normal things. Normal, kind of respectable, decent things, he gets extra points. Because when they say you are Hitler and you're not Hitler, and you're not coming across as Hitler, makes you go, see, I wasn't a fool. He's not Hitler. Or see, he's not David Duke. See, he's not a Nazi. Wow, didn't know. I thought he hated black people. So there are some people that are talking, there are people that I've heard, as I was prepping for the show, will be very critical of black people who are happy to hear this. But those people, they don't really have much of an emotional intelligence, or how can I say? They don't know how to look at people as people and look at people's feelings and weigh those into the equation. You know, and I'm not naming any names, but there are people that are very vocal about this. Look, it's only natural for people that have been dealing with other people harassing them for years, probably online, because they thought Donald Trump was a better candidate or whatever, to feel somewhat vindicated that he's turning out not to be anywhere as bad as people were saying it was. It's only natural to appreciate that. Nothing wrong with that. There were people that appreciated things from Joe Biden when he didn't do shit. He didn't say shit. Very interesting. He didn't do much. There were people on the Democratic side that were jumping out the building, calling him a great man. I had people sit on my very show, entertainers, producers, writers, politicians, praise Joe Biden with no basis for praising him. So from a humanistic standpoint, I understand why people will feel this way. But here's the truth, as I see it. There was once a commercial was a little white man on a little boat, he was a fisherman. And he used to do this thing, and he used to go, you're going to have to do better than that. You're going to have to do better than that. And that's what I'm saying. Trump's going to have to do better than that. Okay, I know. You may feel good about it, but that ain't enough. I don't want you just to feel good. I want you to live good. I want you to do good. I want you to be good. I want us to be good. And we can't be good. We can't get better. We can't progress if all it takes is some nice words. And then we just fall down, and all fall in line and stop standing on our principles. We must stand on our principles no matter who it is. Now, I wish people had this stand on principle shit when they were dealing with the Democrats. But we're supposed to set a standard. We're supposed to pave the way. You are one of the innovators. You're one of the smart ones. You see through the bullshit. You know Rachel Maddow's a liar. You know Joy Reid be making up shit. You know you can't trust The View. You know buy into Trump as the devil and Biden was the savior. You don't buy into that, so you're one of the smart people. But if you really want to go for the gold, please tell me you do. You and I have to hold each other accountable that we push further than that. That we push beyond that we push for greatness. We push for responsibility and accountability out of our president because that's what leaders do. So all of us got to be leaders. So yeah, look, man, I like what Trump's saying here. Sounds good. Build your statues. I also see the direction he's going. He's like, we're Americans, man. Let's embrace the American. The fact that we're all here, we're all Americans. Let's make that be it. He said it's not just that they're black, but it's that they're Americans. And I see where he's going with that. Are we going to have America treat us like Americans? Or are they going to continue to treat us like second and third class citizens? That's the question. And that's what we got to fight for. That's what we got to make sure we stand on business on this issue, because that's the reality of it. Now, I love this clip though. I love the clip for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons why I love it is because somebody said this, and I got a comment on it. They said this guy sounds like he's being woke. It sounds like he's being woke. It's Black History Month. He's talking about everybody he mentioned being a statue, except for Kobe Bryant, was somehow attached to civil rights. And then it hit. Because see, I got these people that have been, there are people that have been getting all their money through the Democratic Party. They are Democratic Party animals. They are not about healing black people. They're not black. They say they're about black people getting on their feet and black people getting reparations, or black people finally, ending the subjugation, right? And us being like Americans and everybody gets treated well, and we're no longer second, third class citizens. We're no longer letting migrants come into the country and step over us while we stay stuck to the bottom of the country we built for free against our will. But they are not about breaking from the Democratic Party. What I mean by that is this. They tell me woke meant black. But if you're saying everybody on that list that he mentioned for the statue in this forest of American heroes, if all of those people were attached to social justice and you call that woke, it sounds like woke means social justice, not just black, doesn't it? Yeah, because it does, and it always did. But there are people. See, there was more than one qualifier to being woke. They've called white people woke. White people could be woke if they're social justice people. People that think, they're thinking on another level. They're put these pieces together and talking about equality and equity and this and that. And those people are woke, right? Okay. I've been pushing back on this, and I lost some people that I thought was friends over this, because they're so infected with everything being black versus white. And I get it, because I grew up here too. But I gotta say, Johnson, if Trump's heroes, whatever this is going to be, the heroes force, the hero statues and statues of American heroes, if a lot of the black people that are going to be in this are woke, but some are not going to be woke, then it's not a woke forest just because it has some black people in it. Kobe Bryant and Tiger Woods, I know he joked about Tiger. Tiger ain't really been on no social justice. I hope people get my point. This is not just about black people. It's about America. And that's their version of America. The problem is, before we can truly be American, we got to get the same treatment as Americans. We should not be operating from such a deficit. You cannot take one group of people, give them a floor, give them a pathway to the middle class, and not give that to another group of people, and then say, we're all American now. That ain't how it works, and that's not fair. And that's where the whole conversation starts all over again. Don't get me wrong, I saw the brothers and the sisters at the Trump event, and they look very happy. They look just about as happy as black people that I see at the White House when Obama was there. I didn't see that many people there when Biden was there. I didn't see it. When I saw pictures of people with Joe Biden that were influencers or whatever, I don't remember them being black. I remember them being mostly white. David Pacman, the guy from TikTok. Just weird. It's just weird that I see a room full of black people, influencers, with Trump. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. I'm reporting on it. It's important news. I think it matters. But at the end of the day, unless you're going to put some tangibles on it, unless we're going to put some policy behind it, unless we're going to say we got a goal, we're going to achieve this goal, this is what we want to do, there isn't much to say about it other than, okay, sounds good. Next. And I don't mean to be cold, but we got to say next. What's next? Then what you going to do? Because life doesn't begin and start with us. Life begins and starts with your family name. It begins and starts. We are extensions of our parents. And if your parents weren't allowed to own property, if your great-great-grandparents were not allowed to really accrue wealth, then you're at a disadvantage. If someone intentionally kept your family from being all it could be, how could they in turn send that money, pass it down to you? How could they pass property down to you if they were property? Or if there were Jim Crow laws that restricted them from owning property where they can make the most money? How could that ever be right? How could that ever be fair? How could that ever be justice? And if America wants to be a just country, how could it ever be American? I know it's a lot to take in. I know there's some people that never get it. But yeah. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What do you think about it? The last thing I'll say about it is people that are happy about Trump, they're not sellouts. They're not coons. They're not all these derogatory names. And unless you're going to use those same terms for Biden supporters, unless you're going to call Biden supporters and Kamala supporters and Obama supporters that, you really shouldn't call Trump supporters that. Because at the end of the day, they all report to the same people. Donors, Wall Street, billionaires, special interest group. So yeah, and when I hear people making it like if you support Trump, you're a sellout, but if you support Biden, you're fine. That means those people, whatever woke means, you're the opposite of it. You're delusional because you don't even know what time it was or is with the Democratic Party. That means you're infected, to be honest. Now, both parties suck, and if you don't know that by now, you got problems. You haven't been looking at your party, or you don't want to accept it because you feel like you got to have a home to go to. You know what? Sometimes it's okay to be a Rolling Stone. You know? It's okay. It's a lot of us that are independent. We're independent for a reason. All right. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I got to do something about this cough. I ain't going to be able to do the show right. This is like getting at me, Johnson. I'm going to go to commercial and come right back, guys. Don't turn. Don't leave. It's the Tim Black Show. All right, we're back, Johnson. Hope that didn't take too long. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better now. We good? Mike's good? All right. Damn. I might have to do that segment over. Couldn't go off like I wanted to. Felt like I was going to sneeze and it would not have been pretty. All right, guys. So now let's move on, man. Let's move on. That was dope. Yeah. A lot to talk about. A lot to talk about on that one, man. I know that the corporate media is having a field day with that story, man. Everybody's talking about that, huh? They're trying to say how Trump is swindling the black people and fooling them and pulling the rug over their heads and all this stuff. Yeah, you know, Democrats never pull the rug over black people's heads. That never happens. It's crazy. Okay, so where are we at here, guys? Let's jump to this since we're here. Let's go to let's go to Trump money. Okay, because yeah, we want to talk about money for a minute, guys. Hey, this is what we do. We're talking money. Now, I covered this on the show. I talked about Donald Trump and Elon Musk, the money that DOGE is pulling up, the Department of Government Efficiency, and how they've been going through these agencies, as you all know, and they're trying to find the money and pull the money back and write the books and straighten the books out and all this good stuff. Okay. There was an announcement that Trump's going to try to get that money to the American people, at least some of it. And they have a huge amount that they say they're trying, that they expect to hit, a number they want to hit, all right? So let's get into that. Let's talk about the possibility of Donald Trump putting money in your pocket that was your money.
O'Reilly doesn't want the check. I want the check. I'll take his check too. I don't know how it works. But here's the thing. As you know, right, you're an investor, and you know when you sit at the table, people want you to underpromise and overdeliver, okay? The idea, why? Because then they're happy with the surprise. Here, isn't there a concern that setting that target of $2 trillion is way too high? And that people think they're going to get $5 grand, but now if you don't get the $2 trillion, they don't get the $5 grand.
Well, it's interesting, Chris. I don't think it's actually too high. I think it's totally reasonable. But here's the thing. The DOGE dividend check that President Trump endorsed today, that is going to help us get the $2 trillion, and here's why. We're going to incentivize everyday Americans, whether they're in East Palestine or in East Baltimore, to step up and say, there's waste, there's fraud, there's abuse in my community. Report it to DOGE. Why? Because the more money the DOGE saves, the bigger the DOGE dividend check is. Chris, look at how successful DOGE has been under Trump's leadership, with just Elon Musk and a dozen engineers eating Chick-fil-A and drinking Red Bull, sleeping in the office. Now imagine deputizing 100 million Americans to be the eyes and ears on the ground. When I was growing up, I took my grandfather, a World War II vet, to the VA for his checkups. And I got to tell you, I saw waste, I saw fraud, I saw abuse. I didn't have DOGE to report it to, and I didn't have an incentive to report it. That's not the case with the DOGE dividend. Every American can step up, report fraud and abuse to DOGE directly via X, and we'll see the savings go up, hit $2 trillion, and we'll see the checks dispersed next summer. And absolutely, President Trump's name and signature should be on it, because this would not have been possible without his leadership.
I like the idea, obviously, of finding waste, fraud, and abuse, and I like to see something, say something extension. As you know, there are lots of different places people can go to alert the government to what's going on. Whether or not they do anything about it is where you're promising that DOGE will be different. My other question is, isn't the point, though, what Musk brought up later in the day after the first flush of this idea, which is this has got to go towards the fiscal crisis that this country is in. Everybody wants a check, of course. I'm not saying no check. But what matters more? Sending a check to people or lowering the deficit and trying to make a dent in the trillions and trillions that we owe in debt?
We can do both. We absolutely can.
Is that a real question? Is that a real question? Talk about living in a bubble. Man, these elites, these people, man, they got their money right. Come on, Johnson. That's crazy. That is crazy. Look, that's crazy.
Can do both, Chris. We're $37 trillion in debt, which is why our proposal calls for 80% of that going to pay down the debt and only 20% going directly to taxpayers. Let's not forget, this isn't a handout. This was taxpayers' money that was sent to D.C. in the first place. It wasn't sent to D.C. to then be quickly sent to Myanmar for a DEI musical or Colombia for a transgender opera. It was sent to D.C. to support Americans. And guess what? The American heartland is crumbling. Our roads and bridges are in despair, and veterans everywhere you look are being denied essential health care. And so the American people deserve compensation, deserve restitution. That's the first point. The second point is we need to restore the trust between taxpayer and her government. We can never balance the budget if the taxpayer feels cheated. And guess what? They do, given what DOGE has exposed in just the past month. Chris, we're 1 month into DOGE, and under Trump's leadership, we've already saved $55 billion. Let's let this experiment run for another year and a half, get to $2 trillion, and send every American a check for $5,000 saying, we are back, the government is accountable, respectful, and honest again. That is what the golden age is all about.
Oh, God. Okay, I don't know about that there. The government is accountable, respectful, and honest again. Oh, God. Was it ever that? You'd be something it never was. Sort of like Make America Great Again. It was never great. I don't think it was ever totally accountable or respectful. You know, when? But okay. I like the idea of people getting money because it's their money. This ain't a handout. So screw you, Chris Cuomo. What are you talking about, brother? Come on now, Chris. Get after it, Chris. What are you talking about? We're talking about working class Americans and everybody else too. Everybody that pays taxes. If you're a tax-paying citizen, you paid into this. See now, doesn't it make sense for you guys to stop saying, okay, open the doors, let everybody come to the country no matter what? Because this is for tax-paying citizens. Because we're the ones that got screwed. They didn't get screwed out of this money. We got screwed out of this money. Okay. But yeah, I like the idea of kicking some dollars back. You know? Talk with your wallet. Talk with your wallet. People, I know people need money. Hell, I need money. We all need money in this system. Who can sit up here and say, oh, well, we need to just pay down the deficit? Like the guy said, 80% of it is going towards the deficit. So, yeah, I support it. I don't see how you cannot support it. Sounds good. It sounds like an incentive for people to be actually looking forward to something. Actually looking forward to a better country. Actually looking forward to getting something back. That's a positive, okay? Keeps people from being focused on the negativity. I like it. What's there not to like? What you don't like about it? Okay. I guess Chris has to somehow come off with a long face. Like this is going to be bad. It's not going to be good. It's not a good thing for people to get money. What they're going to do with it. Nah, don't be paternalistic. You know what's dad. You may be a dad to your sons or your daughters, but if they didn't come out of your wee-wee, they're not your kids. That these adult people do as they please. We got people starting businesses with $5,000. Hell, I paid a lot less than that to start my YouTube. And 12, 13 years later, I'm still going. I had a little $100 webcam. I mean, it sounded like garbage, but it worked. Now you can just use your phone. When I started, they didn't really have Apple phones like that. Remember, I'm old. We're talking 13 years ago. Plus, a phone was way more expensive than a webcam. Anyway, that's not the point. No one cares, Tim. Point is this. Good idea with the money kicks back. Good idea. Way to grab the news cycle. Way to grab the imagination of the American public, too. Way to get people feeling good about something. I don't see a negative unless you're a Democrat who's going to be upset no matter what it is. Yeah, they're not going to be positive about anything Trump does. So if you're a person that watches corporate media, Stop gauging how you feel about something based on what you get, the signals you get from The View or from Joy Behar or from Joy Reid or from one of these talking heads on corporate media, because they're never going to be happy with anything Trump does. If they are, they cannot go to the Democratic Party cookout. Their life is on the line. Their social life. Maybe their marriage is on the line. It's a lot for them. I have to learn to be more understanding. Just because I'm a crazy fool out here burning bridges with Democrats don't mean everybody else is. So I had to take that into consideration. Now, we got this guy. He sounds reasonable. Even Chris Cuomo, he pushed back a little. Wasn't that hard of a push. He said he thought it was going to be pretty aggressive to say you're going to pull back $2 trillion. I think you should dream big. But here goes everybody's favorite representative from Texas, Jasmine Crockett, to tell us why money's bad.
Giving some of the savings from DOGE back. Now, President Trump says he likes the idea of giving some of the savings from DOGE back to Americans as kind of a dividend. Would you support that?
Listen, he's just telling a lie. He's not the one that had anything to.
How could you be telling a lie about something that hasn't happened yet? See, out the gate, she can't be trusted. She can't be trusted. Nothing she says means anything. I'm going to play it again, but please. Listen to her with a grain of salt, please. Jesus Christ. You're lying. I'm gonna pay you back. He's lying.
Now, President Trump says he likes the idea of giving some of the savings from DOGE back to Americans as kind of a dividend. Would you support that?
Listen, he's just telling a lie. He's not the one that had anything to do with the $1,200 refunds that people had during the midst of COVID. That was done by a Democratic House and Democratic Senate. Right now, what they're going to do is say, hey, we want to give you a refund, but Congress won't let us, because they already know that there's just no money for that. The only reason that those refunds came before was because we were living in different times. This was a time.
Hold up. Trump could have vetoed the money, right? See, this is why, Tim Black needs to be able to talk to some of these babbling idiots, these babbling liars. These people never get confronted. No one stops. That's why I stopped. People say, Tim Black, you need to let people talk. No, I don't. That's a bad habit. I broke myself of it. No matter who comes on my show, when we talk, we don't let you just talk for 30, 45 seconds, 5 minutes. I've learned my lesson. Don't interview friends. And if you're going to interview anybody, don't let them run off at the mouth. Trump could have vetoed the stimulus. So technically it did come from him because he runs the executive branch. Just because it got through Congress ain't enough. Didn't Biden let us know that even if we got Medicare for all or universal health care through Congress and through the Senate, he'd veto it? But see, Jasmine Crockett doesn't want to be honest and be real. She knows Trump allowed the stimulus to go through. That's why he took credit for it, because it came out of his government. That's the same thing that happens. COVID hit under Trump's reign. It's not his fault COVID hit. But it's sustained on his presidency because it happened when he was president. Whatever happens during your tenure, you own it. Let's keep going. Who is this lady interviewing Jasmine Crockett, letting her spew?
Those refunds came before was because we were living in different times. This was a time in which hopefully we won't ever go through again. We had a once in a lifetime pandemic. The bad part is that I don't know if it's once in a lifetime because we know that Ebola, unfortunately, was detected right here.
What the hell are you talking about? And what's that got to do with the DOGE money? We just talk about what we're talking about. We don't need to talk about COVID right now. We ain't bring you on to talk about Ebola, sister. We're talking about if DOGE, the money, if he's able, if the DOGE agency is able to pull in money from the fraud, waste, and corruption, pull that money back, and 80% of it goes to fight the deficit, and only 20% of it goes back to the American people, I want you to tell me what's wrong with that. Now, that's a lot of ifs, but maybe it's not 2 trillion, maybe it's 1 trillion, whatever the number is. If 20% of the money that's saved, that's the American people's money, how are you going to say we're in a different time? DOGE money is, the DOGE money, the money is pulled back through the Department of Government Efficiency, is not free money. See, she's operating totally on a fallacy. She got all these degrees, but her brain don't work right. Listen, guys, the stimulus check money, that was government money. I guess it came from us. I don't know. But definitely, the DOGE reallocated funds is definitely coming from government spending that was our taxpayer money. So that's not the same thing, and why are you going to conflate the two? Back to this Ebola thing. Please don't talk about Ebola. I know it's just your way not to get Trump credit for a good idea, because I know it's against the rules. Because if you started giving Trump credit, then you will no longer be the spokesperson for taking a dump on him every time you touch a microphone. We all know you owe your notoriety, your 15 minutes of fame, to shitting on Donald Trump. Oh, and for making a t-shirt shaming a woman's body. But hey, I get it. She had it coming. But I'm just saying, that's really what you're known for. So you're not going to be unbiased. You're not going to tell the truth. You're not going to be honest. And I guess it's ludicrous to expect you to be.
Here in New York here recently, and if we continue down this road of getting rid of scientists or deciding that we don't want to rely on experts.
What is she talking to? Damn it! What is she talking about? Why is she talking about getting rid of scientists? Man, she ran from the topic of Trump giving money like I don't know, like someone fleeing the Serengeti. She ran like a gazelle from a lion. She ran like a runny nose. She ran, damn. She all on the Ebola outbreaks.
As it relates to what they're telling us to do, or we don't want to deal with vaccines and medicine in this country.
What is she talking about? I thought this was about DOGE. Jasmine Crockett discusses DOGE concerns. What does that got to do with Ebola and COVID and what do you even? I guess no one's going to call her out but Tim Black, huh? Yeah, all my black commentators on the Democratic side of the ball, all my independent progressives. See, this is what I'm saying, man. People be like, Tim, I need you to patch things up with the progressives. Man, our content is so diabolic. We're so opposed to one another. They won't call out Jasmine Crockett for this Crocker shit. Jasmine Crocker shit. That's what this is. This is horrible what she just did. This is very pathetic display of commentary skills and delivery and whatever she's doing here. This is horrible.
Then we may be facing not only our next pandemic, but our next 2, 3, or 4 pandemics because of their.
She came on this show and changed the entire topic because she can't be an honest person. Yo, I rest my case. I ain't got a roaster. This turkey roasted herself. She's been the first self-basting turkey. Self-cooking and self-roasting. Self-basting. Amazing.
Incompetence. So no, we are not in the business of giving out money. And honestly, I don't know what $5,000 will do for you.
What? What? She don't know what $5,000 will do for us. You know what, guys? The worst thing about Jasmine Crockett is she's not even really good at what she does, but people big her up because of the black girl magic. But black girl magic is black girl tragic. This is pathetic what just happened here. This was an embarrassment. I'm pretty sure she's sitting at home right now, eating ice cream, eating Breyer's ice cream, in pajamas and some slippers, and drinking wine and crying in it, and admitting this is not my best performance. This is like your worst performance, okay? You bombed. This is pathetic. No, man. There's a lot of ways people can spend $5,000. Will it change your entire life? Maybe not, but you could definitely do some things. I mean, there were people during the pandemic starting businesses with less money than $5,000. People started T-shirt companies, their own jam company. People started making barbecue sauce. People did all kinds of crazy stuff, man. Different ideas because they had a few extra dollars and they used it to get something going. And if anything else, they learned from it. They grew from it. Maybe it's still going now. Maybe it's part-time. Maybe it's full-time. Maybe it didn't succeed, but they took a shot. It did something, okay? Or maybe they just got their car fixed. Or maybe somebody bought their first car or replaced the car. It was just in time to get new tires. I don't know. But only a person that's looking to do speaking engagements, and I don't know, 100 grand a pop, I don't know what she gets paid, 50 grand, 20 grand, whatever it is. Those are the only people that I know will say, what's $5,000? What's $5,000 anyway? Now, whenever you bring when you bring up Donald Trump, and you got to start talking about Ebola, Trump won. It is what it is, man. Yeah. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, man. I think it was pretty obvious. This did not age well for her. So the Democrats have been talking about the migrant situation, right? We want to switch gears. Let's go talk about immigration, right? Because that's still a very hot topic, and that's something we should all be concerned about. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. I saw this clip earlier today on MSNBC. Yeah, I think it's MSNBC. I saw this clip earlier today on MSNBC, Stephanie Rule, and they were talking about immigration. No? My bad. This is CNN. Okay. Start over. I saw this clip on CNN. Scott Jennings, this other guy, and Abby Phillip were talking about immigration and how the impact of immigration is hitting everywhere. But Abby made a point that we got to start looking at the corporations. We've talked about it on this show. If you're going to be cracking down on individuals, you damn sure better be looking at the corporations that hire those individuals. All right, so let's talk about that.
Trying to actively hire illegal immigrants. That if you are trying to actively hire illegal immigrants, if you think that's best, if you are trying to game the system, if you are trying to help someone break U.S. federal immigration law, I think if we're going to have a true crackdown on illegal immigration in this country, it has to involve everybody who's participating in it. And I think you've raised a good point with this topic. And so employers and anyone else who's part of this pipeline, I think they ought to be put on notice. And you got to play by the rule. Everybody has to play by the rule.
I don't want to hear that they're doing work that no one else will do. Talk to guys in the building trades, plumbers, contractors.
Picking strawberries. I mean, like,
these
I
building
can't
trades
wait.
guys are being hurt.
I can't
by
wait.
labor that shouldn't be here.
I can't wait until American women can't get blueberries for their smoothies. I cannot wait until there is a full crackdown on all small businesses, as if that's going to be the solution to the immigration problem. It is just going to put immigration-related issues further into the darker corners. We're not going to see them. It's just going to become even harder to solve the problem. It doesn't make sense to punish individuals and people when there is a broken system.
I mean,
Punish people? Nah, enforce the laws. It's not about punishing people, it's about enforcing the laws. You know what you tell black people? You know what they've been telling black people for 100 years? You broke the law. You broke the law. Why didn't you comply? Why is it that it's okay for people to say black people need to comply, but migrants don't need to comply? And who cares what you think about your damn smoothies, sister? Well, I would like to hear what white women have to say about their smoothies and blueberries. Pick your own damn blueberries. We're going to get to that in a minute. That sounds a little bit racist. As if all migrants do nothing but pick strawberries and blueberries. Like that's all they do. Coming from a liberal, limousine riding elitist, maybe that's what you think, but that's far from the reality. The guy was right. I'm gonna prove it. I got receipts.
look, I think if you came here illegally and you did it, you broke the law, you have to understand it's a new day in America. And number two, I still think the case for total economic collapse, if we have some deportation, is totally overstated. I mean, it's obvious the priority is violent criminals and the second priority is people with existing deportation orders. I think it's the vast majority of what's going to go on, for the next couple of years. And I don't think that's going to have any impact on the economy at all.
But I wonder about just acknowledging the role of undocumented people in the economy. I mean, I think that's the part that's not happening. I mean, earlier today, Stephen Miller was on with Jake Tapper, and he was asked.
Yeah, we got to acknowledge how our exploited laborers are good for business. Damn, Abby. Yeah, we got to acknowledge that slavery's pretty good, as long as it ain't us, you know what I'm saying? As long as it ain't me and my husband, you know what I mean? But, as long as these other people, it's all good, Let them be slaves. Damn, Abby, that's cold-blooded of you. See how far the progressive thing swings here? It's fine to have slave labor as long as it's somebody else. Damn! Remember, we're talking about undocumented people that can't work. They don't have work visas, and they haven't gone through the proper channels. They're working under threat of deportation all the time, and they can't complain or report, and they don't get paid. They do not get paid fair wages. They're getting exploited. That's what's happening, and they have no problem with it because they don't want a blueberry to go up in cost, because then they'd have to pay. I don't know, maybe some high school kids who are just getting started, or maybe some kids who dropped out of high school that got GEDs, American citizens, to do it at a decent wage. Oh no, that'll never happen. There would never be a reason why American kids would pick fruit. You don't think picking fruit is anything similar to working at McDonald's? They're grown-ass 40-year-old men and women working at McDonald's. They're taking jobs from kids. These people are out of the loop, Johnson. They don't know what's going on. They have no idea at all. Totally devoid of any understanding of what's happening in the real world. And it's pathetic. I can tell you this, though, guys. The idea that migrants are all picking blueberries is disrespectful as fuck. Sorry. It's disrespectful as hell. Do better. No, reality is this. Let's see about this brother here in Georgia. He's going to talk about migrants being impacted by ICE and by the raids. He's not talking about blueberries.
Non-electric ones. But today, we are here at my workplace. It's a Hyundai plant. They are making battery electric cars, non-electric ones. But today, immigration came and hundreds of people left. They left, some ran out, jumping over fences. Here we are. My group is here waiting to see what we do. The Americans here are trying to protect people who don't have documents, who they think don't have legal status here, and they stopped work today just to wait a bit, see what's going on, or then see if we go back to work or not. Everyone worried about us. Here, 80 to 90% of those working in my group, for example, are Venezuelans, and all of them have a status to stay here, but still, people are afraid. Yes, that happened today. ICE, what they call ICE, right? Came here to conduct a raid at our work. And here, the Americans are also trying to help and protect and ask about each of our cases.
Huh. Interesting. So we get this right. The Hyundai workers at this particular plant in Georgia, when the people showed up, people fled. Why are people fleeing if they have documents? This is not a blueberry picking farm, right? It's a Hyundai automaker facility in Georgia. Maybe they fled because some of them are not documented. Maybe the fallacy that undocumented workers only pick farm products, only pick fruits and vegetables. It's a little overblown, maybe. Maybe the guy that was talking earlier about people working, undocumented people working in a number of trades. Maybe he was onto something. Oh, that's right. I covered that extensively on this channel. Had receipts and all, showing there are several many fields that undocumented people are pretty much taken over, and then documented as well, that have totally displaced Black Americans pretty much out of the workforce in some fields. The garment district in major urban areas, the service industries, in a lot of places, manufacturing plants such as this that are pointed right here. And I remember covering this same topic. I had another video of a brother who was quite belligerent. He was a total jackass, but his point was well taken. You know, he stood on business. You guys remember this guy? He was standing up for his brothers and sisters. Remember this guy? Yeah.
All right, Daddy Trump, you want to take us the fuck out of here? Come do this shit then. Look where the fuck build your house. Look where the fuck do your streets. Come get it, bitch. Hey, what's up, TikTok? Quick reminder to everybody in my comment section.
Now check it out, guys. So this guy, yeah, he was talking about building streets, building houses, paving roads. Once again, not picking not on the farm picking berries and picking strawberries. Like, once again, still, I want to also not even see the ground and say there are a lot of people that would do that job too if it paid well. There are people that would do any kind of job if it paid a decent wage. But we know Abby Phillip and the liberal guests on her show, they're fine with exploiting undocumented people and making so businesses can hire undocumented workers at a very low wage, while Americans can barely find work, are forced to all go work at Amazon. And since it's such an so many people need those jobs, that drives down the cost of their wages because there's so many people looking for work that are pushed out of other job categories. So all I'm saying is, this whole idea that these undocumented folks only pick only work at farms, only pick blueberries is a disgusting lie. It's just something rich white people, and unfortunately, Abby, rich Black people say. Because they don't give a shit. They're not working class people, so they don't care that other working class people or that working class Americans would do those jobs. And they don't want to force the employers of those jobs to have to hire American workers. So basically, they're pulling the ladder up because they're good. And they don't care if your ladder ever gets lowered. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Remember, my job is to tell the brutal truth, the raw truth America deserves. And I'm advocating for Black Americans. Why? Because we're on the bottom of the pile, baby. If you don't know that, you don't know data, you don't know your history, and you need to go look that up. It's a shame, though. I got people that I thought understood this stuff. But you know, hey, man, it's not being taught in school, so I get it. I get it. Okay. What else we got? Yeah, that's going to be an interesting conversation, Johnson. Oh, here we go. Here goes a good one. Man, what is up with these people, Johnson? Now, hit the like button, guys. Let people know that you're watching the Tim Black Show. We hanging it in tonight. We going to make it happen. I ain't going to quit on y'all. Don't quit on me. Hit the like button. Let the algorithm know we are in the building, Johnson. We are doing the damn thing. We're cooking. Thank you for supporting this show, Johnson. Thank you to the people that support the Tim Black Show. You are the best. Now, look, guys, this is funny. I got to talk about it. Democrats, they think they lost the election because of Joe Rogan. I don't know what's up with these people. They think everything goes through Joe Rogan. It does not. Don't get me wrong. Joe has an interesting show. If you say it's not an interesting show, you never watched it, or maybe you watched the wrong episode, or you're a hater. It's what it is, because Joe has so many different types of people that come on his show, and they talk about so many different things. I don't know how you could be that way. You know, it's a unique show. That's why he was number one. Notice I said the word was. So back to the Democrats, right? Democrats, they've been thinking, we can beat Republicans. All we got to do is make another Joe Rogan show. We okay? So, I get it. Oh, it's my daughter. I get it. But it's stupid. That's not what's going to help you. So there's this group. There's this YouTube channel called Midas Touch. I never watched it. I seen it scrolling. I was like, a bunch of white guys talk about they hate Trump. I don't want to watch that shit. But Democrats are happy because Midas Touch, for the first time, passed the Joe Rogan show in Spotify rankings. Here it goes.
Left-leaning podcast, Midas Touch. All right, new topic, Joel, before we go. The left-leaning podcast, Midas Touch, has just done the unthinkable, dethroned Joe Rogan to become the country's most popular podcast. Do you see this as a sign of a bigger political shift? Because even these three guys specifically, they are not your touchy-feely progressives. They're like three bros from Long Island.
Yeah. Look, I think that this does signal, one, Democrats and let's just call it the non-conservative ecosystem catching up to where the kind of Rogan right has been.
And they're not policy guys. They're anti-Trump guys. And they crank it out all day, every day.
And I do think the fact that this is organic, this is not a part of the ecosystem that was just built up, you know, with heavy investment from millionaires.
What a blockhead. You know what I'm saying? Joe Rogan's not right wing. He had Andrew Yang on his show. He had Bernie Sanders on his show. He endorsed Bernie Sanders in 2020. What else he got to do, man? Like, I don't know. I really don't know. He has Dave Chappelle on his show, Ashley Larry, Donnell Rollins. He had Brother Isaac. Damn, a lot of people, man. I can't think of the comedian. He's a funny comedian. But he's had all types of people on this show. He hasn't had Tim Black on his show, and I know he's slipping. He can do better in that area. But other than that, he's been having a lot of different people. It's not a right-wing show, Goofy. It's just not a corporate Democrat show. That's all. It's not a corporate Democrat show. Bill Maher's not right-wing, and Bill Maher was on it like a few weeks ago.
and billionaires. These are folks who've been grinding and working. And my suspicion is they probably were going to get to this point anyway. But it does, I think, signal where groups and where organizations and where candidates on the Democratic side are going to focus a lot of their effort going forward. You've got to dominate this space. That's where
So you admitting that you guys work to boost Midas Touch, which is basically what we're saying with DOGE. Like DOGE uncovered that the U.S. aid agency was giving money to like Politico because you were trying to boost like Politico in the New York Times. So Democratic groups are working with non-government organizations, NGOs, to help them further Democratic motives or Democratic goals and ambitions, such as overtaking Joe Rogan in the Spotify results, somehow creating entities using Democratic Party money, or government money, I should say, government money to boost Democratic Party initiatives. Like this. He just said it. They all had to push. So you guys pushed to make these bunch of white guys to shit on Trump all day, to make that the thing. Totally not getting the point that ain't what the Joe Rogan show is. It's just not.
conversation is. That's where a lot of people get their news, is on YouTube, online. You have to be present there. And you have to have messengers that are fearless and that know how to talk to these folks comfortably and in messy conversations that are often complicated.
People often say that Democrats don't know how to hit. These guys are hitters.
Yeah, and look, Democrats should have the confidence to go anywhere and make a case. We've got a fragmented media ecosystem, so it's good to see a little more political diversity in that. Democrats are going to have to play offense and stop just preaching to their choir, right? The essence of evangelism is winning converts. So you got to get out there with the confidence to make a case and not simply play to your base.
Hey, folks, listen, man. The numbers that Midas Touch is doing, and I don't know these guys, but it sounds to me, it sounds an awful lot like it was a concerted effort, an agenda item on a Democratic Party scorecard, on their bingo card, that they were going to help somebody get to the numbers they need to get to. This is not unheard of. They do this shit all the time. There have been people that I don't like in the independent media space that have been getting boosted for years by Democratic operatives that would, and no reason at all, why they should even be on the board. But they get boosted by Democratic operatives. They get shows, they get bookings, they get stuff, but they don't have talent. They don't have ability. They don't have it. But it doesn't matter because Democrats don't want you to have it. They don't care if you have it. What they care about is that you'll be a mouthpiece for the message that they approve. Now, but these guys, like I said, I don't know these guys. But what I do know is a show like the Joe Rogan show, you can listen to a 3-hour conversation. They'll have 5 minutes worth of political talk. It will not be a show that sits around all day talking politics. It's not a political show. The Midas Touch is a political show, which is a totally different audience. So you guys don't know enough about podcasting. You don't know enough about show hosting. You don't know enough about anything related to the internet to understand the type of people that go to watch the Midas Touch are not the type of people that are going to change anybody's mind, because it's a middle of the road, corporate Democrats, anti-Trump news show, which is basically Comedy Central without the polish. You already had that. It didn't help. You need shows where regular people are on the show talking about other shit that aren't anti-Trump. Just talking. And but see, for that to happen, you'd have to have better policies and have to have something for them to talk good about you. And you don't. That's your real problem. You suck. You're bad. People don't rock with you. You ain't got it. So no one wants to listen. No one's going to be, but you stop believing. When D.L. Hughley is sucking up to Kamala Harris, when Ricky Smiley is kissing ass when Piles or little Zuby Zaby, whatever his name is, Scrappy, when any of these people, when any of these losers, and yeah, I'm gonna call them losers, because yeah. When they kiss an ass to the Democratic Party, it doesn't convert anybody. It doesn't work. They don't have any firm ground to stand on. They say dumb things. They're not real. You know, to be a Democrat supporter and talk to non-Democrat supporting people, you can't be real. Because to be real would be to criticize the hell out of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. And if you're not a real person, you will not create an audience. Look, even if I was that anti-Democrat, I cannot boost Kamala because she's giving me no reason to. She hasn't done a single thing that would give me a reason to. Basically, Kamala did what Trump did today, for instance, the Black History Month thing, the Black History Month event, the kind, respectful words he said about black people. That's about as far as Kamala's ever gone. She's never done more than that. And I still said Trump had to do more. So, for some reason, when Kamala does basically what Trump did, which is give lip service, Democrats act like that's a major win, and it's not a major win, nor should it be treated as a major win. But if you are the corporate media entity, you would big it up and talk about it for a week as if it meant something. You have to deny reality in order to be a booster from the Democratic Party. You have to pretend it's okay for Kamala to say, run-of-the-mill things, to do word salad, not answer questions. You'd have to pretend it's okay for Joe Biden to be to have the least press conferences of any president in the last 40 years. You have to pretend that's okay and that's normal when it's not. To go missing for months at a time, it's not normal. But in order to be an operative of the Democratic Party, that's what you have to do. And it's not real. It's not authentic, and it'll never work. So, look, I'm glad you guys are able to circle the wagons and help the Midas Touch make millions of dollars. Fantastic. It won't be converting anyone because it won't be real. Because if it was real, it would have to be critical of the Democrats. All right, guys, let me know what you think about that segment. It is what it is. I rest my case. How we doing for time? Good. Remember, guys, go to Tim Black Show. Become a member of the show. Go to Join Tim Black. Join here, join there, join everywhere. Last segment, and this is an important one, guys, because we got to correct the record. Here we go, guys, a special edition of the Tim Black Report. The Black Report with Tim Black. That's it. Hello, guys. Welcome to the Black Report with Tim Black. We're going to talk about various claims that Elon Musk made that turned out not to be accurate. Come on, bro. What were you thinking?
Welcome back to Stephen A. Smith Show. You know, my buddy Chris Cuomo's been on News Nation all week long discussing Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency, a subject that is spurring a lot of debate nationwide. He started by breaking down some falsehoods regarding claims about USAID. Take a listen to this, please.
Did USAID send $2 million to Guatemala for sex change surgeries? No. First, they only got $350,000, and the money went for a lot more than surgery. We help poor countries. Is that now bad? And if you say, yeah, America first, why do you think we do it? If we stop, do you really believe that what goes bad there doesn't affect us here? Here's a hint. Most migrants are leaving what? Distressed places. Less distressed there, less need to come here, okay? So you look at the next one. $55 million to strengthen Libya's financial. Did we do that? Yeah. But why didn't Mass tell you the project started during the Trump administration? Why would he leave that out? He wants you to get angry about something, but not blame the guy who did it? Same thing with complaining about money for tourism in Egypt. Trump did it. So if it's so stupid, isn't Trump the stupid one? Or does he really believe you are because he doesn't think you're going to check?
How about that? How about that? The latest flashpoint in the slashing of government entities surrounds Social Security, who's getting paid, and whether or not some recipients may be long gone from this earth. Cuomo had something to say about that as well. Take a listen.
And now he's claiming massive fraud at Social Security Administration. Now, this program matters, but not to him, because he's already botching it in favor of heat over light. He shared this screenshot. All the MAGA and the pod bros with their ski caps and their big cans on their head went crazy. Look at this. Millions of people above the age of 100 are receiving Social Security. This is the biggest fraud ever. This was to back up the claim in the Oval Office that many people receiving Social Security are falsely aged 150 years old. What a scam. So stupid. How did we miss it? Because it's BS. We did some basic research. And once again, the situation with Social Security is not what Mr. Musk suggests. Social Security uses this antiquated computer language called COBOL, C-O-B-O-L. Now, on that system, if a birth date is missing, it automatically codes for May 20, 1875. Why? There's a whole story that goes with it, but that's the answer. 1875 is 150 years ago. I thought he had these genius coders. They didn't know that? Or is he just guessing that you wouldn't know that and you wouldn't find out again?
It's the latter. It's the latter. It's an accusation on my part because I'm not inside the head of Elon Musk, but certainly that clearly appears to be the case.
Funny, Johnson. Funny stuff, man. But I give it up for Chris Cuomo and Stephen A. Smith for covering that topic. And we got to get into this, man, because, yeah. Now, first of all, let me start with the easy part. As far as the Social Security numbers, I kind of had a feeling that was bogus. That's why I never, ever attribute any of that to people getting checks. Just because it's names that appear on a list doesn't mean they got a check mailed out. They didn't say definitively that these people got checks, just that they were on a list. So that was kind of an easy one. I don't know who fell for that one. But this is important. What Chris Cuomo's saying overall is very interesting because, yeah, if Elon Musk is supposed to be so smart, how did he make so many mistakes? And maybe they aren't mistakes. Maybe Elon Musk is playing politics. Oh. You mean Trump and Elon are playing politics like the Democrats play politics? You mean maybe they're doing the same thing like they're doing gaslighting people the same way Democrats gaslight people? Maybe it is. Maybe it's possible. Well, let's get down to it, man. The $50 million for condoms in Gaza. So Elon Musk made some claims it turns out may not have been factually true. There was not $50 million given to Gaza for condoms. There's no evidence. USA's fiscal 2023 report shows $60.8 million spent globally on contraceptives, including $7 million for condoms, but none were designated for Gaza. So we did buy condoms. We did buy condoms, $60 million worth of condoms globally. Contraceptive, $60 million for contraceptives, only $7 million with condoms, they say. Okay? But they didn't go to Gaza. They went, and it didn't. The Post notes a $50 million Biden-era State Department deal for healthcare in Gaza, but it did not include condoms. So this is crazy. So there was $50 million spent in Gaza, but it wasn't for condoms. No such fund for contraceptives in Gaza. They got money, maybe it wasn't for condoms. Okay? So, yeah. And I don't know if it went to the people. Obviously, it did not go to people. Obviously not. $59 million to house migrants in luxury hotels. Okay, so this is a good one because my people probably, my people that watch the show are probably interested in this. Musk supported claims that disaster relief funds linked to U.S. aid or FEMA were used to spend $59 million housing migrants in luxury New York hotels. This appears to stem from a mischaracterization of FEMA spending. No sources, no credible sources tied USAID to the specific amount for luxury hotels. Disaster funds show no such obligation or allocation for migrant housing in luxury accommodations. Now, my understanding is the migrant hotels is a thing. And as I reported, they pay twice to 3 times the going rate for a hotel. So if you see a hotel bill and it says X amount of rooms and the price is more, twice or 3 times more than a usual hotel room, one might assume that that was a luxury hotel. It's possible that the DOGE guys didn't realize that they were just paying more money than they should have. Maybe they thought it was a luxury hotel when it wasn't. That's my theory. It's a theory. Then there's something about Samantha Powers, $23 million wealth increase. That's not confirmed. $6 million to promote tourism in Egypt. I hadn't even heard about this. Why are we promoting tourism in Egypt? How does that help stabilize Egypt? And I thought Egypt was stable. See, okay, funding Politico and BBC News. This is important. They said no evidence shows that the U.S. aid office directly funded Politico or BBC News. They did give $1.9 million to BBC for media support in India, not BBC News. Claims of funding Politico lack substantial or substantiation. They can't prove it. I don't know. It hasn't been proved. Okay. $10 million in meals for Al-Qaeda-linked group. There's been no evidence corroborating this exact figure or recipient of humanitarian aid often goes through complex distribution networks, but no public data confirms $10 million reached Al-Qaeda or any Al-Qaeda affiliate. So these are just some things that Elon Musk has reported on one hand. He reported it, but there's no confirmation, and some things prove it not to be true. Okay, so it is what it is. My thing is this, guys. It still looks bad. Did money go out? Yes. Who did it go to? Who knows? We won't really know exactly till the books are open. When will that happen? Who knows? Was there fraud? Was there waste? Was there corruption? It appears that there was, but they're saying maybe Elon's not being as transparent as he could be. Look, it's okay to say Elon Musk must do a better job. Hey, Musk, do better. You got to do better. You need to show exactly what you're talking about. You shouldn't just be able to post and say anything, and everybody just goes, we believe him. And screenshots aren't enough because you can type some shit up. I've had people type things up and say stuff, and it not be true. What's a screenshot? That ain't enough, baby. You gotta have some data. You gotta show the data. Show a video clip. I don't know. Show it on the computer screen. I don't know. But you gotta do more than this. Okay? Gotta do more than this. I will say this though to Chris Cuomo. It sounds a little bit like he's supporting the government agency. And we know that's how Chris is. He's a back and forth. That's where Stephen A. Smith gets it, you know. The 1 minute he's rooting for the Democrats, the next minute he's beating them upside the head, the next minute he's off talking about something totally different. Who knows? He goes the way of the wind and he goes the way that his sponsors go. I don't know. It's crazy. Whatever's advantageous that society's on, that's how it seems. America doesn't do things just because we are nice people. We're in the nice people business. You don't become what America has become, the war profiteer in chief, by just being nice. And yeah, we give money to countries for a lot of reasons. Sometimes we do it because it's a bribe. And it's a bribe that comes with what's the word for it? To coin a phrase from the mafia, it comes with an offer you can't refuse. You know, like racketeering, ball breaking. We'll break both your legs. We're going to set up a base here and we're going to protect you because you wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you. You know, that kind of deal. That's the kind of thing we do. That's why we got so many, what is it, 140 bases around the world in 80 different countries. That's because we break people's legs. Okay? That's what we do. It's not just because we nice. We got you covered. We're going to support you. And if not, maybe you'll end up having a coup. You need us to protect you. We run what's called a protection racket. Okay? So, Chris Cuomo, I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds like you just want us to pretend or live in la-la land about what America does. Sorry, Chris. That horse left the barn. Ain't nobody believing that shit no more. Them the old days. Them days is gone. Bye-bye. See ya. New Americans, we kind of know what's going on here. We've seen the plays. We've seen the moves. We know both parties suck, and we know our government agencies are doing a lot of shit they shouldn't be doing. We know the FBI, the alphabet soup agencies are up to doing all types of subversive, covert activities that are not above board. Okay? We also, those of us that are not delusional, realize it's a messy business being a superpower. Even though people say that America's power is waning, they're comparing it to other close to superpowers, if not superpowers. Like China, you're comparing us to China. Like, you do realize there are a lot of other countries that you're not comparing us to because there is no comparison. So I hear a lot of people talking, oh, America's about to sink off into the ocean. Yeah, we'll take a lot of countries with us first before that happens. You do understand that, right? You do understand how America gets down, right? Okay. Last thing on this. I think it would be crazy to just automatically believe everything that comes out of Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Kamala Harris, or any other politician's mouth. Hold all of them to scrutiny. I gotta keep saying it. I've never told people, leave the Democrats to go jump in the lap of Trump. Leave the Democrats. Once you're out and you're free, then let's talk. Hopefully you'll say, let's start some new shit. Hopefully you'll be like, yo, let's build our own thing. Because that's really where the power would lie. But I got to get us away from the Democratic Party first. My job, besides giving America the raw truth America deserves, my job is to help Black Americans get out of the burning house, which is the Democratic Party. I make no bones about that. I'm straight up and honest about that. Hope you and I are clear there. So don't go believing everything Elon tweets. That would be goofy. Do you believe everything Biden tweets? Do you believe everything that Kamala tweeted? Why would you, on God's earth, believe everything coming out of Elon's Twitter or X or even Trump's Truth Social? They spin too. Everybody spins. It's a spit-off. Don't be a goofy. All right. I thought it went without saying, but apparently some people, they want to fall for the okie doke. Nah, man. You don't jump out the frying pan to jump in the pot. You know how to say it. You know how it goes. Fool me once. Fool me twice. I can't be fooled again. All right, that's it. That's all I got, guys. Love you. Thank you for tuning in. Let's go to comments. Woo! My people. Black Mamba's in the house. Thank you, Black Mamba, for putting it down. Time for the Revelator. Policies that benefit FBAs need to follow that. Yes. Whitewashed. Okay, $5. Thank you, Whitewashed, for holding it down. Diamond thinks Trump is an American humanitarian. He's going to have to redefine or embrace the communities that followed his vibe to pull from left. We'll see. Kurt, I wish Jasmine Crockett could spend as much time putting her talking points together as she did on her hair and makeup. Out her just talking crazy. Yeah, she out here talking crazy. What was she talking about, Kurt? Hey, look, I can say, fam, that was her worst performance. I think even people that worship at the feet of Jasmine Crockett was like, ew, open the window. Somebody, this is a good place for a stick up. Yo, Lord Lovesmith says $5,000 can pay my rent for 2 months. $5,000 can pay my car note for 10 months. Right, Lord Lovesmith. We got these elite bastards going, what could you do with $5,000? I don't know what she said after that. I got a feeling she said more. And that's what I was afraid of. But I didn't end the clip. That's when the clip ended. Trust no peace. Oh, trust no party. Trust no party. Thank you. Trust no party. Black Mamba came back twice. Black Mamba said, get a mug. Go to timblackmug.com. 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 Pick up a mug, free shipping. Pick up a mug, free shipping. I want the last people that ordered to know your order's on the way. It went out yesterday. Sorry for the delay. We had snow, but it went. And you should have got an email, and it should have tracking information in your email. The system I have hooked up here in the Tim Black Lab, when it goes, you get an email. Guys, I'm very professional. You'll get tracking notification when your package ships. You can follow it, just like if you bought it somewhere else. All right, guys. I got nothing but love for you. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to end this week with a bang, Johnson. All right. Remember, like I always say, don't let anybody take your cornbread. That's your cornbread. Don't let me find out you giving it away. Then these people take your stuff. Stop going for the okie doke. What else? There was something else I wanted to say. Damn it. Oh, I know. Where are my ladies at? Where are my ladies?